Okay, so those are all the top headlines that we are tracking at this point in time. But now let's put the spotlight on Muthoot Microfin. That company had reported its operational updates for the quarter gone by, where AUM saw an uptick of nearly 18% on a year-on-year basis. In fact, disbursements surged by a whopping 49% YOI. So what led to that, and what's the outlook going forward? To discuss that, we are now joined by the CEO of Muthoot Microfin, Mr. Sadaf Saeed, who is now joining us. Sir, afternoon, morning, and thank you for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now. And first up, let's talk about the individual loan portfolio. And that has risen from about 2,400 crores to 3,200 crores in just about one quarter. That's a fast ramp up, isn't it? Is the near zero delinquency that you are citing still true at this larger base? Or do you think now it is perhaps too early in the seasoning cycle to call it really clean? What's your take on the growth profile and what it could look like going forward?
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for having me here. I think the portfolio that you have cited in terms of an individual loan is our effort to take the aspiration of the growing microfinance client to the next level. Because if you look at financial services and especially microfinance over the period of time has evolved. And these are customers who have been served by microfinance industry for almost a decade. And now those customers have developed a good amount of credit worthiness and a track record. And that is what we are identifying these customers and elevating them to the next level where they can take their business to the next level and giving them a loan which suits their individual profile and carefully assessing their requirements. And also, the way we have built this portfolio is a very scientific way in terms of understanding their credit behavior. All the customers that we are giving loan to are 700 score plus. We are doing a proper underwriting on those customers, understanding their cash flows, understanding their credit need, and then giving them a loan. So that's why the portfolio is behaving so well. We are now around 3,214 crores of AUM for these individual loans alone. And the record of zero delinquency still remains. So it is 10% collection on time, which is happening for this portfolio. And this has been almost like 18 months in this portfolio, and it is good enough time to test the creditworthiness and the robustness of the portfolio. Of course, in the coming days, we will see what impact it can have with the various macroeconomic activities that are happening around us. But overall, I think the health of the portfolio is really, really good, and it has helped the company to kind of turn around. We had 14,000 crores of portfolio at the end of the year. We have seen an 18% year-on-year growth. The disbursements have also grown significantly year on year, almost 50% growth in disbursements. And these disbursements are largely 50-50 in terms of individual loan and 50% other loans that is happening. And it is helping us to take the digital agenda forward as well, because all of these loans which we are giving in the individual format are digitally collected, all based on eNACH and UPI. So all the repayments are digital. So the profile that we are catering to is very, very prime in this, and they are really paying well.
All right, understood. Good morning, Mr. Sadaf. Meryl D'Souza here joining in as well. I just want to understand from you, gold loan disbursement is currently at 192 crores so far, which is under the referral or co-lending model with Muthoot Fincorp. And this is at a relatively smaller base. So what's the realistic AUM contribution that you are expecting from gold loans coming in by the year FY28?
Well, this is something that we have been working on for some time. We have analyzed our portfolio and we have seen that almost 3.5 lakh borrowers are having gold loan exposure outside. We want to bring them into the Muthoot fold, and this is the beginning of that transition phase, because before this, there were certain co-lending guidelines which were not very clear in terms of whether two NBFCs can have a co-lending partnership. And also, there were certain new guidelines which has come in for gold financing itself. So once these guidelines were in place in April, we have started this co-lending, and a lot of businesses coming through. And we are seeing a rapid pace of growth. Every month, we are disbursing almost 100 crores in gold loans to our clients. And we feel that for the financial year, we should be able to disburse around 1,200 crore. The only catch here is gold loan is generally a shorter tenor product. So the AUM might be smaller, around 500 crores, but disbursement would be 1,200 crores. And this will really give us a good kind of a return or asset situation, because the earning assets would be like very frequently churning, but there would be good earning for the portfolio, for the company from this portfolio.
Okay, and while we are talking about gold financing, I also wanted to get a sense of the impact of volatility that we have seen in gold prices. Has that had any kind of impact on your gold portfolio?
No, that's a very good question to ask. So one of the things that we make sure is that we are not giving excessive leverage to our customer. The LTV on this loans is very conservative. It is 75 and below, while we are allowed to give up to 85. So we make sure that there is a loan given basis the eligibility and the capacity of the customer. So that way, there is enough headroom. Even if there is some correction in the gold prices, it would not directly impact the portfolio. And these are already credit tested customers. They have been with us for more than 3 years, all of these customers, and they have shown their ability to repay on time. So I don't see that there will be any challenge because of the gold prices or volatility. In fact, it gives us a good avenue for our customers to give some liquidity to them, and also kind of deepen our relationship with them, because Muthoot as a brand is very well known across the country for gold finance, which is one product that we always wanted to offer to our customers. Now, under the co-lending arrangement, we can definitely offer.
Right. So, sir, now shifting focus a little bit now, with RBI's policy rate trajectory largely stable and inflation as well ticking up, how much of your NIM expansion story really depends on the rates staying benign? I'm just trying to understand, if rates do move against you, does the 13.5 to 14% NIM guidance which is there, does that still survive?
Definitely, I think in terms of our NIM improvement, there are two aspects to it. One is on the yield on the portfolio is improving because of repricing of the loan as well, and also because of the improvement in the asset quality. So improvement of the asset qualities allows us to have better portfolio, which is earning us more yield on that portfolio. So there is a yield uptick. And on the other side, also, there is a cost reduction. Our cost of fund is reducing. Last year, our cost of fund had reduced from 11.02 to 10.27, almost 75 bips of reduction. This year also, we anticipate 25 bips of reduction. The most important part that I would like to highlight is recently Muthoot Microfin has been upgraded in their credit rating by CRISIL. We are now AA minus rated company. And this allows us an avenue to source capital from other sources as well, like mutual fund, insurance companies. We can access capital from them. And definitely that will allow us to diversify our pool of capital and also negotiate better. And we are anticipating at least 25 to 30 bips reduction in our cost of fund further, which will help us expand our yields and NIM as well.
That's the view coming in, but let's also talk about cost of funds in that case, because recently you had that rating upgrade, because of which you had earlier said that your cost of funds is likely to come down by 25 to 30 basis points this fiscal. The incremental cost, I believe, currently is already at 9.9%. Given that you have 9,500 crore of annual borrowing, what will the absolute rupee impact on net interest margins be as a result of this credit rating upgrade and the consequent reduction in cost of funds?
See, if you look at the contribution to the bottom line, truly from this, around 25 to 30 crores of increment in the bottom line will purely come from cost of fund reduction. We have this quarter already borrowed around 2,664 crores of loans, and we have a sanction of around 3,485 in our hand. We maintain a robust liquidity. The most important part is that this 2,600 crore, which has come in our Q1 in borrowing, it has come at a much lower cost. It's 9.9. In fact, there are certain transactions which are much below, because PTC is one route that we are using, and we are doing PTC at 8% or sub 8% kind of transaction. So that is really helping us to reduce our overall cost of fund. The 25% to 25 bips to 35 bips is a conservative estimate. It can even further go beyond this as well for the full year.
Okay, so that's the view coming in on the cost of funds. But thank you for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now and sharing your thoughts on what the outlook for the company will look like. And we look forward to interacting you once again after the earnings are reported. Thank you for taking your time out and joining us.